up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Game of the Week show. I'm Matt, that's Dan, and that's Ash.
Your voice?
It's like my double wave.
It was great, yeah, it was very rainbow.
Well, I needed to do lots of waves because I haven't done any videos on the channel this week because I've been ill. So you've had to go a whole week without any TGI content, and I know it must have been really hard for you all to survive. But we are back, and we're here with our... This show never misses a beat, no matter what.
Exactly.
Come hell... What's the phrase?
Hell or high water.
Hell or high water, that's the one.
Yeah.
Rain or shine, we'll always be here talking about video games every single Monday. And we talk about the latest and greatest stories from within the industry. We'll then also go through the game releases for that week before each picking our favourite game of the week. So if, like us, you are fans of video games, conversations, news, let's plays, reviews and more, you can find out everything we do on our website, thegamerinitiative.com. Like I said, it's been quite blank for the past week. But normally we have something every day. So we're going to kick off today's news with a little rumour that or report that circled around the internet about a Call of Duty game that never was. This was a game set in ancient Rome, in the Roman era of Julius Caesar, called Roman Wars. So it was going to be first-person sword combat, which sounds awesome. I don't think... Have we ever had a first-person sword combat game other than like stupid Kinect games?
I think there's a lot of sort of stuff that's been thrown about, but I can't think of anything that's actually come out yet.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever seen one.
First person, certainly
There's something called Chivalry or something like that.
Chivalry. Yeah, I recognise that.
Which is basically like a combat arena style game, but in terms of like campaign style, all I can think of.
That would be quite cool. But anyway, yeah, so this was what was reported by Games Radar. It was going to actually be a blend of first and third person because some combat will always work better in a third person view and some does work better in first. Activision did officially respond to this report this week by saying that it was proposed, this game was proposed to them, but they never really seriously considered it. Which I suppose is probably not that surprising because we know that they're a first person shooter game. So this would have been... We see they've taken a big step with going into space, but it still very much looks like guns are involved. There weren't many... I mean, I'm not a history expert, Dan, I'm going to turn to you, but I don't think there were many guns around in the Roman Empire.
No, they did struggle with their firearms production back then.
Yeah.
Although, if it was a first-person sword, it would still be an FPS.
Yeah.
Touche.
Or it would actually be a first-person stabber.
Stabber, yeah. Yeah.
So would you be excited for Activision to kind of broaden out the Call of Duty? I mean, the argument is if it's that different, it's not really a Call of Duty game. It just has the Call of Duty name on it at that point.
Yeah, you kind of have to wonder in 3, 4, 5 years' time where the franchise can go. And I can understand them wanting to sort of move away from the sort of norm, if you like, maybe, and just change it up a bit. But you've got to be careful because... if you change it too much, you will lose your fan base, your audience that you normally...
Which is potentially what we're seeing with the latest one. Is like, it's gone a bit too sci-fi-ish.
Yeah.
Maybe with...
Yeah.
And like, it's alienating the true shooter fans.
Alienating. Yeah. No, I mean, it's a shame because everyone's like, it's just the same... The problem is, there's don't know if people have noticed, but on the internet, it's quite hard to please people. People always seem to be angry or they dislike something, and it seems the more popular something is, the more hate it gets because it becomes cool to hate.
Yeah.
So like everyone always used to say, Call of Duty, it's just $60, 50 quid for the same game every single year. And then they try to do something different, and then everyone's like, what's all this infinite shit fair in space? And what's it? Is it the most? It was the fastest video to reach 1 million dislikes or something.
Yeah,
that or it's got the most dislikes ever as a YouTube video
for a video game or something. Yeah.
Possibly both.
But I think it looks quite fun. I'm looking forward to playing Infinite Warfare.
I am. I'm of an open mind. I'm happy to try something different, and I'm one of those that does like to see a bit of a change with a game. I don't want to have the same thing every year. This isn't FIFA. We want to see it slightly different every year.
Yeah. If you want to play that game, just keep playing it.
Yeah.
It still exists.
I mean, the campaign will still basically revolve around the exact same things. Start off with character, main, sudden, tragic death of friend, followed by being brought into new unit, followed by shocking twist as someone turns out to be evil, followed by evil person being thrown off high thing at the end. That's pretty much how Call of Duty games go.
Can you throw someone off something in space though? You can,
Yes.
but they're not gonna fall, are they? It's gonna float away.
Well, it might be something that's falling back into Earth's orbit at the time.
Maybe.
That will look more dramatic.
Why as he gets like kind of sucked into the orbit?
As everything is burning up, you're kind of fighting as it's going through re-entry, and then they just knock him off.
There you go. You heard it here first on TGI. The ending for Call of Duty Infinite Warfare.
So one thing I want to point out is they called it Roman Wars.
Yeah.
Why not Roman Warfare? Everything else in that franchise
Because
is called Warfare at this point.
Because it was only... This was not Activision... If Activision had greenlit it, I'm sure it would have been Roman Warfare. But obviously, that's probably the real reason why it got declined. They're like, Roman Wars? Nah, that's a stupid name. Get rid of this. Get this crap out of here. Security. We will move on to another first-person shooter. Not really a franchise. Evolve. We talked about this game a little bit last year. I think we were kind of quite excited by the premise of it, and then
Realised it wouldn't work.
I do have a copy of it right there. It's still in its wrapper,
Yeah, it
nice and shiny. I feel the chances of being able to sell this have got even smaller now, considering the game has become free to play. Now, it has become free to play, but only on PC at the moment. This is their way of kind of relaunching the game. So Turtle Rock made the announcement this week. They said that they're going to be reworking various classes to kind of bring a better balance, because whenever you have a class-based shooter, there's always one that ends up being OP.
Yeah.
So they're trying to balance that better. They're going to make some improvements to the maps and the UI. But if you have purchased the game on PC, don't worry, because you will now be given founder status. So you'll look cool being one of the OG Evolve players.
Basically, your username will be in like gold or something like that.
Yeah, like on Forza, if you join the Forza Motorsport Club and buy like the premium edition, like when your username would have like basically like kind of a logo at each end of it with like a crown on it, which kind of just shows you like as a VIP player is what they called it. So it shows, it means absolutely bugger all.
Yeah.
But it shows that you supported the game more somewhere.
Committed.
You will get rewards and special access apparently for this. What they will be remains to be seen. But what do we think about this? Do we think it's obviously a move to try and get people to care about the game, because everyone loved this game before it came out. Everyone was talking high about it, and then it came out and it just it didn't have the longevity that they were hoping. Obviously, you see these things like Call of Duty is played until the next Call of Duty.
Destiny and
Destiny is played till the end of time. Battlefront was played for quite a while, probably not as long as they maybe
And now
wanted.
you've got Overwatch, which is...
And you've got Overwatch, which is the new, There is Battleborn. That does still exist for those people that are kind of wondering whatever happened to that game. That'll probably be the next one
That's
to go through.
unfortunate timing.
So what do you think? Does this make sense? Is it a good move? Does this now encourage you to play the game?
It doesn't encourage me to play the game. I very nearly sort of picked it up, but then I don't know, I can't remember what else was around at the time, but I just felt that I didn't have time for the game.
It was probably the fact that it's basically just a multiplayer online game, and if you don't have
Friends.
enough friends to do it, then you're stuck with strangers, and it's just...
That's normally an issue for me,
Ash is always struggling to find friends.
Yeah.
But it's alright. We accept him for who he is.
It's fine.
No, I think it's a good time to do it in the summer, maybe, but like you've just actually said, I mean, people are still very much on the Overwatch hype train.
Yeah.
And there's another certain game that's actually kind of come out this week that we'll talk about in a little bit. You probably already know what it is because the whole video game community has been talking about this game this week. But we'll touch on that a little bit later on. So, while we may not care about Evolve, I think it's safe to say we all have at least an interest into No Man's Sky.
Yes.
It is official now that the game has been completed. It has gone gold. Sean Murray posted a group selfie on Twitter saying that he's very incredibly proud of his tiny team And it's basically been 4 years of Emotions. This is a game that was very nearly cancelled. We talked about the stupid legal battle that it had with Sky. It's been delayed a couple of times. It didn't turn up at E3 because they wanted to stay away and just kind of finish the game. So it's good that it's now finished. It means the August 12 release is a definite.
Yep.
And are we excited?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still going to be picking
Definitely.
it up.
Definitely.
Yeah, very excited. I think this has just been going on for so long. We've been waiting for this. It seems like forever. I think in the next couple of weeks they might sort of ramp up a bit more on the sales side, the marketing side, and we might see a bit more in terms of trying to push.
I'm sure we'll see plenty of commercials on TV and stuff. Obviously, there's no other big games coming out this summer to compete with it. So
Yeah,
it's not quite as early as we would have liked. If we'd got it in June, we would have already had decent length time to play it. Whereas games do start to come out at the end of August. Madden is normally around the 26th
Last
or something.
weekend of August sort of time
Yeah.
normally.
And then we've got Final Fantasy is early September, and there's a couple other games early September. FIFA Pro Evo, which was announced this week, will be September. Forza Horizon, so they do start to come out. But we should have a good month of the space exploration, which will give us time to explore maybe 0.00001% of the game. I was just impressed that when you see the image, that he could fit all of those. How many planets does he say it is? Quintillion, something like that.
Yeah.
Quinbillion or whatever it is, on one 25 gig disc.
it's quite remarkable. Yeah,
So like when you think about the fact that GTA is a 60 gig game, and it's going to be smaller than that, and it just shows you that it's not actually. And it sounds weird, but obviously we know it was impossible for them to have built all the planets individually themselves. But it just shows you that it is all kind of code,
yeah,
which
it's
is
clever.
It is very, very clever. Like Sean Murray is basically a genius.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that's a game where we'll actually be able to find each other in at some point, or whether we'll just be lost.
That's what I want to know. I hope you can do like sessions with people because, like you said, you'll never find
By
people
accident.
by accident. Well, you'll find people by accident, but you'll never find your friends by accident. So I hope that you can. I'm also worried, like, because there are so many planets. Let's say that 5 million people are playing the game.
Yeah.
There's still like a high chance that you might not see anyone because the universe is like so big.
Yeah.
So that's my other concern as well. Like they talk about, like, you know, you meet people, you do trade. Like there is the hub for trading,
Yeah.
which I suppose is obviously, I'm assuming, like a unique area, but it's kind of quite cool when you like play like Destiny and you're like, oh, there's random people there. And you like bump into them, you maybe do things together or whatever. Whereas like in this, the odds of you meeting someone has got to be so small, but it's going to feel
I don't think so.
very isolated.
But it should do.
I know I heard
Yes.
something at some point, someone ran the numbers based off like a projection of how many players it would take, how many hours or how many planets you would need for every person to visit so the entire thing was complete and visited. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I
So
think
each person had a massive amount of responsibility each to just try and map the whole universe together.
Do we know that if you do bump into somebody, whether you've got the option to have a dance off with them, like you can in Destiny?
I don't think dance off is an option, unfortunately. So if you were looking to be dancing, then maybe stick to Destiny. There's slightly less planets.
No,
there.
you just have to be creative with your controls. You like just
We could.
wheel yourself around, jump
Yeah.
back
Well,
forwards, kind of.
Just spinning, do the spin around in circles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no,
The universal I'm friendly approach is to crouch down, crouch down, crouch down. My hand was not in time with that, but
I'm excited to play it. That's all I can say is that
Yeah.
it's good that it's now officially. I know going gold isn't really that exciting news, but sometimes it makes news now, obviously with social medias, and it's just good to see that we won't have to worry about any more delays because we do see a lot of games kind of get delayed multiple times.
Yeah.
So we touched just on GTA 4. There is another new online update coming. One that we might actually have to play at some point. I know we keep saying this. I know it's like a broken record. These people don't know. But we're like, oh yeah, we'll jump in and play this. Like, we haven't played this game in a year
More
now.
than that, more than a year. Yeah.
So the new update is coming tomorrow, July 12th. and it is called, so I have to be careful with this, Cunning Stunts. It's, funnily enough, features stunt races. There'll be a load of new vehicles, including supercars, sports cars, and motorbikes, and you'll be able to get kind of racing gear for your character as well, like helmets and race suits and stuff like that. But the game, from what they've shown from stills and the trailer, looks pretty crazy, pretty intense with the races.
Yeah.
And what I'm even more excited about is what people will go on to create, because you see how crazy people have effectively already made stunt races in the games with the limited tools we've had. Now that we've actually got stunt racing tools, imagine how crazy they're going to be. Like, you've seen some of the things in like we're talking before, Trackmania Turbo.
Trackmania Turbo, great game. If you haven't got it, definitely pick it up. The stunts you get in that is that's pretty
insane.
good, and it's very reminiscent of those tracks. I think these are probably going to be on a slightly grander scale, going over big skyscrapers and huge jumps. It's going to be really good. I'm really, really excited for this.
I like the fact as well, because the physics is already in the game as well, that you can control your car in the air.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's going to be fun. And what is it? You can have up to 30 players racing at once. There's a lot of players. You
You can
can
have
have.
a lot. You can have a lot.
So it's gonna
30 on console. I think it can go up to 60 on PC.
Yeah.
It's mad.
So that's going to create quite a lot of
Mess.
chaos.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can't wait for someone to create some sort of stunt course down Mount Chiliad, because you know it's going to happen. And it's
Mount
going to be.
Chiliad itself is basically the stunt
It's
course.
basically a stunt course.
Provides its own natural habitat.
But like, they'll probably be like, you can create things like they have to jump through rings and stuff like that or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to play this. Correct?
We are going to play it.
This week?
Yes.
Okay. Tuesday? Not Tuesday.
Maybe Wednesday.
Can't Wednesday.
Thursday. I can't Thursday. We will play this game.
We will.
If any of you get a chance to play it as well, let us know, because we're always looking for more people to add to our crew, and for a small entrance fee, you will be will be able to join. So the final news item for this week is a pretty big one. Sometimes we open with the big stories, but I wanted to kind of keep this in with the game front, because it does revolve around game releases, even though it's not new. Red Dead Redemption has now officially come to the Xbox One thanks to backwards compatibility.
After it originally came to Xbox One and then got taken down from Xbox One because everyone went, oops!
That was when it was testing. Yes, it did come in error about 6 months ago now.
6 months already.
Yeah, about
Wow.
6 months ago. It was at the start of the year. Everyone got crazy and were trying to find the backdoor ways of being able to buy the game and do it, and then they need to find out that they wouldn't be able to actually play the game anyway. But now it's officially there. Came out last Friday. If you haven't bought it yet, it's available for only £6 on the Xbox One store. So, well, technically the Xbox Live store, because it goes through to the 360. Well, pretty good price. If you do already have a physical copy of the disc, you can put the disc. Just to clarify, 360 version of the disc. You can't put your PS3 disc version. It's like, why is it not working? Put your 360 disc in, and it will then download the digital version of the game. However, you do still need to put the disc in every time to start the game up, because it's like a DR check. Because it stops you from getting the backwards compatibility and then passing the disc on to everyone.
Yeah.
So, even though I have the disc, I'm still considering paying the £6 just for convenience.
Yeah.
So, sales on the game jumped by 6,000% since the announcement on Amazon, which is absolutely crazy. Everyone is loving it. Everyone's going crazy. Remember when we looked at they did like a survey for the games they wanted to see most of?
Yeah.
It was basically this, Skyrim, and some Call of Duty game. I can't remember now. Probably Black Ops.
Yeah. Pass.
Or maybe even Modern Warfare. Might even mean Modern Warfare 2, possibly.
Could have been.
But yeah, it was right up there with one of the most requested games, and now everyone can finally go back and play the game again. And if you haven't played it before, they need to play it, right?
Yeah, you got to. You have to.
This was the sole game, I think, that was all inside our... Not only was it inside our top... We all had like an Uncharted game in there, but I think this was the sole game that was in like all of our top threes
Of all time.
Yeah.
of all time.
Yeah.
spoilers. You have to find out exactly where they are. You can go and watch the respective videos. But yeah, are you excited to go and play this again?
I am. It's been so long. It's nice, I think, if you can go back to a game and actually forget quite a lot about the game, the story and everything. I think it helps because it's almost like most of it. Okay, I remember the ending, but the journey to get there, I've forgotten all of it. So it's been 5-6 years maybe.
And there's still a few options in there
Yeah.
where you can make it.
Yeah,
slightly
Be different as well.
exactly.
Yeah, because there was a lot of do you it's like the good or evil? Do you steal the money or
Yeah.
do you take them in? And
Of course, yeah.
when you capture them, do you capture them alive and return them, or do you kill them? And
You hog tie them to the railway track
yeah,
to get the trophy.
of course. Or in this case now, the achievement,
The
as
achievements,
it will be.
exactly.
So yeah, I think I definitely will play through the game again. Like I'm the same as you. I don't remember the entire story.
Mm.
I remember kind of the start being on the ranch of what's her name?
Bonnie McFarlane.
Yeah, the McFarlane Ranch.
Wow,
I knew I should have remembered it. That's good memory.
that's a hell of a memory.
Did you look it up?
No,
I just remembered it.
Wow.
So
I
yeah,
genuinely like that game.
it is a great game.
I
It is a
read
great
their
game.
names.
Yeah.
So yeah, on the ranch, and then at some point you go to Mexico, and then at some point, I won't say the ending, just in case.
Yeah.
Although realistically, you should have played the game by now. So no, I'm not going to spoil it. But just go and play the game. Really good. Damn, worth buying an Xbox One for?
No,
Why not?
I have it on PS3.
But then you'd have to use the DualShock 3 controller, and now you could use the
Well, you
Xbox
don't
One
know.
controller.
I might be able to use my DualShock 4.
This is true. But you might as well just buy an Xbox
You
One.
should just buy an Xbox One.
It's one of Xbox One's best games now, even though it's not technically an Xbox One game. Just remember, obviously, this is literally just a direct port. There's no remaster or up-res or anything like that, so don't expect the game to look anything
better.
any better. And sometimes I find that when you go back to games, it's like, this game looks a lot worse than I remember it looking.
Yeah.
Because like, game's always in your mind, like, I remember it looking good, because it looked good for the time, but now you compare it to today's standards, and it's like, oh, there's...
Yeah.
It's not quite so bad for PS3 and 360 because at least it was HD. But like
Yes.
when you go back to like Xbox or PS2, it's like wow.
It's like
We used to think this was good.
yeah, it's the whole sort of like GoldenEye concept, isn't it? Of like everyone loves that game, but if you actually go back and look at it, and it's just like
Just remember it how it was.
Any early day game with like polygons is like horrendous. Like the original Metal Gear is just like, what's wrong with that guy's face?
Is that a face?
it's like the original Lara Croft and so on. If you have a look at what
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
she
There's
looked like, it was basically just like a triangle head, and
and then other shapes.
yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, let's move on to the games
Games this week.
for this week. We don't have a load of them, but we're going to start off with the biggest game, the game that everyone has been talking about. I'm sure you've seen so much of this game already that it's already annoying you, but it is Pokemon Go on mobile devices. Not technically available in the in the UK stores right now, but there are workarounds because it is available in Australia and the US, New Zealand, and it was supposed to be coming out, but they had to halt it because basically, surprisingly, server overloads, and now they've halted the rollout to go any further because they want to fix the servers before they allow more people to play it, which is kind of fair enough.
And everyone's just causing problems by using the workaround instead.
Yeah, but the percentage of people that know how to use the workaround is a lot greater than... You know, if it was in the UK store, there'd be a lot more people playing it than if... Like, someone like me, I've literally downloaded it this morning
Yeah.
with a workaround, but it's like, it was still a fair bit of effort, and not everyone in the UK would do it or even know it. And technically, I was in breach of terms and conditions as well, because I've probably confirmed that all of the details are true and correct. I don't know, I didn't read them, and I'm obviously not in America,
You
so
didn't read Apple's terms and conditions.
I know what happens. I know I will get an iPad super glued to my face, and then I'll also get sewn to another man's ass hole and stuff like that. I've seen the South Park
Yeah,
episode.
Okay, that's fine.
But it's fine. I'm willing to take that risk for Pokemon Go.
Okay.
If you're not familiar with how this game works, it's basically it's an augmented reality game where the phone uses your location and then also your camera to display real Pokemon. Well, Pokemon in the real world, not real Pokemon. Pokemon in the real world, and then you basically go around and you catch them, and then you go around to like gyms and train them all up and everything. And the idea is basically to go out and catch all the Pokemon, but obviously certain Pokemon will only be in certain locations. So it's really a game that the jet setter will benefit from the most. Someone whose job maybe makes them travel the world, because the chances are where you live, there will not be all 250 Pokemon. Especially where we live.
Yeah. Especially where we live. Yeah.
There's about 12 here.
I know. But everyone's loving it. Literally, my Facebook has been full with it all week.
Yeah, my WhatsApp group has been pretty active.
And this is kind of, from a man who
Hates
left
Pokemon.
the room last week when we tried to talk about Pokemon. Are you going to play this?
I feel I kind of have to. Yeah, begrudgingly.
Why do you have to?
Because I need to see what the fuss is about.
Okay.
Make my own independent.
See, this is the thing. I think now we can get you hooked on Pokemon and make you realise that Pokemon is actually awesome.
Steady on.
Pokemon is awesome. What I don't quite. Do you ever understand his hatred for it? We never really got to the root of this.
I don't even
like,
know what the hatred for it is. I don't
Why?
know. I've just never liked Pokemon. I've just
But if
Because he doesn't really like anything from Japan, so I
I've
think
never-
it's just racist.
I
I've
think
never
yeah.
got it. I've just never got the whole Pokemon.
But have you ever
thing.
played it?
No.
So how can you not like something you haven't played? You might love it.
Yeah, but that's like saying I don't like something I've never tried to eat. I don't like it because I don't like the look of it.
Yeah, but you can't. To say you don't like it is incorrect, because you can't have an opinion on something until you've tried it. Right?
Perhaps.
I know I'm right.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you.
Awesome. So you're going to play this game, and then we'll give you a real Pokemon game to play. You should love it because you're a trophy hunter.
Yeah.
So therefore you like.
Maybe that's what worries me.
You're a completionist.
Yeah.
You like to collect everything. You like to do everything, and that's what Pokemon's all about.
Do you reckon we should make him play the original games on an original Game Boy? So he has to go through the same struggles we did as kids, where we've got no backlight, no.
Well, that's. We want him to play as much as possible. So taking out half of the day is probably not practical,
That's true.
especially with the winter months. But no, yeah. There you go. I
We'll
will
see.
buy.
I think Pokemon Go could become an expensive game to complete, given that I'll need to travel quite a lot. But so it might be one of those that.
Well, it is a free to play game. So obviously there are microtransactions attached to it. These transactions include like buying like the Pokeballs, obviously to be able to catch them, and also other things, I guess, to maybe re-heal your Pokemon and kind of upgrade them and stuff like that. And my understanding is that to evolve a Pokemon is quite difficult as well. Like what you can do is you collect multiple of the same Pokemon in order to evolve. Like for example, like 12 Pikachus would then equal one Raichu,
Okay.
because you extract the stuff from that Pokemon to evolve them.
You extract it.
And it sounds weird,
Ooh, that doesn't sound.
but like you don't. I don't. It's not the traditional battling game.
Yeah.
There are still, I believe, elements of battle in there, but it's not the same as it is. They gain XP from fighting, and then they eventually evolve. So
Yeah, and it's like I was saying to you off camera before of the whole Nintendo infographic of how Pokemon games have evolved to try and get people outside socialising. That it's gone from the original games of, oh, you can connect with the friend using the link cable and you can trade and battle and stuff like that, to like the 3DS and everything of, oh, you can find someone within range of your wireless thing. You don't even have to be like right next to them. Sort of.
Yeah.
You can just go out and find someone. To Pokemon Go, where the infographic just says, "For fuck's sake, go outside."
it's good. It will encourage a lot of people to go and be more active. But
I have friends that have been cliff walking this morning just to go and find Pokemon.
yeah, exactly.
Cliff walking.
It's basically a health app. That's what it is.
I think it's good.
The problem will inevitably. I mean, I've seen a couple of satire articles already that will eventually become true. Like this one that was where basically some kid accidentally walked into a bad neighbourhood without realising, because he's looking down at his
Yeah.
phone, and then he got stabbed for his iPhone. It's like, now that was a fake article, but that won't surprise me if one day that happens. Police are already warning. There was these Pokemon in like a police station in America, and they actually had to issue people to say like they're not coming into their police station to get Pokemon, and that was a real thing.
I was gonna say what I'm really waiting to see is at some point, like especially over here, is if there's like a key thing that you have to go to in the game, because we said like land's limited here, so it's like say like a gym is somewhere. And you just have all these people milling about with their phones. And just like, you can just tell exactly what everyone is there for.
Yeah.
It's become the new geocaching.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. I mean,
Yeah.
I would love it if there's like a legendary Pokemon here. So like now, like Guernsey's tourism industry starts to thrive because people are coming to Guernsey to catch like Mew or something. But that's going to happen. There's going to be somewhere in the world where there is people keep talking about this Pokemon appearing that no one else is getting, and people are going to go there.
Washington. I bet you it's going to be in Washington.
Probably.
As in the state, not as in...
Well, I don't know. It's if they've got any sense, the legendary Pokemons will be in Japan because that's Pokemon Company is Japanese, and I don't know how it exactly works. I don't know if it's kind of literally just like algorithm based in it, or if they actually choose where all the Pokemon are located.
I don't know.
But you have to like it's going to drain your battery so quick because for you to know that there's a Pokemon nearby, you have to have the app open and following it. Although they did launch that, there's the wrist strap, which you can get, which will vibrate when you're near a Pokemon, so you know to open your phone. So yeah, there is an accessory there. So then that makes the game not free because I think the wrist strap's like £30.
You know the power brick things. You've got one and I've got one, so you can connect with your USB stuff in.
Yeah.
People are going to be walking around with backpacks with their charging cable coming out of it, plugged into their phone, so that they can go for like an extended period of time because it's got like 2 charges worth of battery power within it.
People are going to have backpacks full of the power bricks, so they can go like all day. But yeah.
We'll see. We'll update you next week on how we...
Yeah, how many Pokemon? Well, we'll have a competition. We'll see who can catch the most Pokemon this week.
No, it's not.
Are we going to wait until it's officially out in the UK, or are we going to work around it?
I can get it, so... Or how about this? We'll say to the end of July. It's up to you when you want to start collecting. There we go. Let's move on to some other games this week. Because we don't normally talk about mobile games, but that was an exception.
It's quite a... Yeah.
We have Carmageddon Max Damage on the PS4 and the Xbox One. This looks like just a really fun, stupid racing game. Any game where you can run over a nun in a wheelchair has my vote of approval. Which kind of says a lot about me.
I was just going to say, yeah, that does make you sound quite
It
disturbed.
doesn't make me sound like a bad person.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, to any nuns watching, I have no intention of running you over in real life. I understand the difference between video games and reality. But I like games that just give you fun, stupid things to do.
Yeah, I know.
And I mean, it's not going to win any visual awards or anything, is it? But
No.
and it was a bit expensive. A bit disappointed it was like £30. I was hoping it'd be maybe a £15-20 game.
Yeah, I was quite surprised it's as priced as it is.
I can understand why, though, when we looked at the description of what's in there, your full campaign and all of that jazz, you can see why it's costing as much. But I think, like you said, visually, I think it's because of those visuals. You look at it and go, "That's probably a £15 game," and then you go and realise it's actually more.
It's a much bigger
It's
game.
not. It's not.
But that's just because that's your first impression.
It's not because of the visuals. Because I've been very critical of Ash before when he makes fun of a game's visuals. So I don't want to say, "Oh, that only looks like a £15 game because of the visuals." It's more because I see it more as a party racer rather than if I want a proper racing game, I don't. If I want an actual racing game, I play like your Forza or your Drive Clubs, your Formula Ones, whatever it is. This just seems like a fun little game, like a Burnout Crash mode almost, where you pick it up and just play it for an hour or so.
Yeah.
And therefore, a £30 game is not one of those pick up and play for an hour sort of mess around games.
Fair enough.
So, we also have Dex for the PS4 and Xbox One. This just looks like a fun little platformer with some RPG, quite heavy RPG elements into there. Nice art style, looked fun. Not anything huge extra to say on it.
No, it's it's exactly just a straightforward platformer. Nothing sort of different that really stands out that would just set it out from any other game.
It's the best platformer this week, though. I would say that. We then had Energy Hook for the PS4. This one looks like they're inventing a new sport here, Dan. Which you just what did you describe it as?
I said it's like if you put a jetpack on Spider-Man.
think that's a pretty good analogy of it. If you've seen the video, the energy hook is basically like Spider-Man's web sling, and the idea is that you swing from this hook and also use the jetpack power boost and just kind of go through a course and also try to build up combos to make as high a score as possible. It's basically, I don't want to say it's like wingsuiting because it's not, but it's that sort of thing where you would have like things to go through and to make course. It's not really like anything we've ever seen before, but
Apart from Spider-Man.
Apart from Spider-Man.
But Spider-Man, it doesn't do it as a sport. It's a serious profession.
True.
We then also had the Warriors on the PS4. This is the Rockstar's PS2 classic coming to Sony's latest console with what have they done? Manhunt, Bully, GTA have all on this. So Rockstar pretty much put all of their big PS2 games now on the PS4.
I'll move on to the PS3 ones next.
I don't think so. I don't know. I was thinking about this before. Like, when are the PS3 games going to come to? Because we now have PS2 games on PS4.
Yeah.
When are we going to then get like the PS3 games? It's like, well, right now they want people to be using that PlayStation Now crap, don't they?
Yeah.
With the streaming. So it would make sense for them to just put all the games on there, but unfortunately, I don't see it happening for a while yet. And then that was pretty much it. We do have a few other games, but we did talk about them last week, so we're not going to go into any kind of extensive descriptions of these. We had the Banner Saga 2 on PS4, which is currently the free game on Games with Gold, so if you have both consoles, you're probably best placed to get it on Xbox. We then had Fury on the PS4, which was the PlayStation Plus lineup for July, so that's free right now. Make sure you go download it. It's been getting pretty decent reviews. We said last week we didn't know how good it was, but I've seen a couple of reviews for it now. I think I saw like a 7 and an 8. So
yeah, I've downloaded it. I've not played it yet, but I normally just give them all a bit of a
5 minutes, see if it's...
We
then had Hawken on PS4 that came out Xbox last week. This is free. Didn't realise last week it's actually a free to play game. So maybe if you like mech shooters, just download it, give it a go. Not going to cost you anything other than your time. We then had Lost Sea on PS4. This was also on Xbox One last week. This was the like kind of pirate game and stuff, but looked very, very simple.
It was a very simple sort of top down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we had Lumo on the Vita, which came to PS4 about a month ago now, and this was just a fun little platforming kind of roguelike game.
Yeah.
So, and that was it. So, whereas last week we had loads of games for really no reason, this week it was a much more sensible release. This is what we have in the summer. Summer are quiet months. So, as you'll see on our party chat, we talked about the summer games and how we can catch up with everything in the summer, and that's what everyone else should be doing. But if you had to pick a game for this week, Ash, what would you go with?
I'd probably go Red Dead Redemption, but it's not really...
It's not a new game, so it doesn't qualify.
I don't want to pick Pokemon, but I kind of have to.
Don't pick it then, pick Carmageddon.
No, I think I'm going to say Pokemon, because I like, as much as I'm not a big Pokemon fan, I like the idea that this is a game that actually gets you out and about. It's a game that is... it's fun. I think you can really sort of get involved and with other people, see how your friends are doing, and I think it actually be quite a good bit of fun.
It's what Pokemon's always been. We're slowly converting him down.
I think so. A little bit.
No.
See, I should have bought him a DS for his birthday with Pokemon. Now you have to play it because you can't be ungrateful. How about you, Dan? What's your pick?
Yeah, it's Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the point where I see someone running around the office trying to catch something. Just like during lunch, it'd just be like someone walks in, phone, like.
Yeah, I can't wait until we see a Pokemon, but it's like in the big boss's office, so you have to be like knock on the door and just pretend you're taking something into him, and just be like.
It's usually one moment I need.
Sorry to disturb you, sir, but there's a Pidgeotto in your corner. It's my pick as well. I haven't really played any of it yet. I'm gonna go out this afternoon and have a little bit of a go. I'm gonna walk the dog anyway, so that's my excuse. But I'm more excited to just read all of the stories about what people are gonna do with this game, because it's it's already, you're already seeing some things, and it's just, I hope no one actually ever gets hurt, but people are going to be doing stupid things or going to stupid lengths to kind of. I've even seen a sign up in someone's shop that it says Pokemon are for paying customers only. So yeah. But that was it then for this week.
Yep.
Pretty quiet week. Still in the summer lull at the moment. It's everyone is. We've seen all the big games. They were announced at E3, and now it's just a case of they're busy working. So we've got Gamescom coming up in a few weeks' time. So hopefully the news will start picking up ahead of that.
We might get some surprise releases towards the end of
good.
the year.
I don't know. I'm just trying to think. Is there anything that hasn't been announced now that we might still see? It's very unlikely, because if you think how many games we've got already confirmed, I'm more thinking about which of the games are going to get pushed, to be honest.
That could well be the case. We've talked about a couple that are releasing at maybe a bad time.
Titanfall. But yeah. We shall see. But let us know in the comments down below what you think about Pokemon Go and Red Dead Redemption, whether or not you're playing the new GTA, and whether or not you would like to see Call of Duty in a location or any other location other than the future warfare and now the galactic warfare that they seem to be going for.
Yeah.
But yeah, for now, Ash, thank you.
Thanks, Matt.
Dan, thank you very much. Everyone out there, good luck with your Pokemon adventure. Thank you for watching, and we will see you all next time.